So the hashtag Vegas movement is going pretty strong. Well, it's hashtag Pray for Vegas, actually. It's going pretty strong. If you guys don't know necessarily about what happened, older man or older individual actually, and nobody really knows why he did it yet, but to me, I don't give a damn about whether or not why he did it or what's called his motive behind it or anything, but he actually took a hotel room of weapons that he purchased and decided to unload fire on a concert that was going on at the Mandalay Bay, or basically on the Strip of Vegas. And you guys know that we go there for Evo every year, a video game tournament, the largest fighting game tournament in the world, happens there every year. This was at a country concert where people were there to enjoy country music. He opened fire, killing over 50 people and also injuring over 500, making this the most historical U.S. mass shooting ever. Like, this is the biggest one. You guys obviously know of the many instances of gun violence that have been happening in our country. Sandy Hook, the bless her heart, Christina Grimmie was shot and killed in Florida. If I recall, she was affiliated with the Smash community to some degree. I think she would make appearances maybe at 2GG events. Quote me if I'm wrong, I may be wrong. There have just been many instances in our country's history where, people are being killed by guns. Some lunatic gets a gun, he unloads on people for whatever motive or reason behind it. It doesn't matter. And not even in the instances where, it's publicized by the media or it's like the big headline, oh, there's a shooting going on. There are shootings that pretty much happen in communities all the time that you don't hear about, especially in those of ghetto communities. I know growing up, coming from the hood, there have been plenty of times where gun violence has broken out between people. Hell, I was even in the middle of a gunfight. I was a civilian, I was going on a school trip, getting ready to board the bus. People unload fire, and I have to take cover. But I want to talk about the insensitivity of a tweet made. I don't know this guy's You'll see it in the photo. Okay. If you think that this is a moment to, let out your dark humor so you can be a funny guy, have a good laugh, I don't care if this guy apologized. I really don't. This was unnecessary. It didn't need to happen. I don't know what part of the brain thought, yo, perfect opportunity. I'm gonna take a death note and put Vegas's name in it, and this is gonna generate a bunch of likes and people are gonna love this. This is hilarious. No, there's a time and place for humor, and quite frankly, I'm not a fan of dark humor. I've never made a 9/11 joke, ever. Wanna know why? Because people have lost loved ones in that event. It's one of the worst events in history, just in the world, to have ever occurred. And people make 9/11 jokes. Call me sensitive. Oh man, you're being a baby, haha, it was such a long time ago. I am not even gonna argue. I never think that there's a right time for jokes like that. And this Vegas shooting, for someone to actually go ahead and make that kind of joke, literally the day that it happened, I don't want to be mean, but there's no place for that type of stuff at any given point. And again, the guy apologized. Don't know how sincere of an apology it was. And no, I don't want to witch hunt or anything of that sort. People already took care of that tweet. It was a couple, days ago when the event happened. There's never a time for any kind of joke like that. Come on, man, get out of here. It's so easy to get guns in this country, and you would think that after the first or the second time, there would be things or rules put in place to stop this from further growing, but no, nothing. I feel really bad for not only the victims, but the families of the victims. I feel bad for the performers. I just feel bad for Vegas in general, to have to go through something such as this. Like, I feel bad for anybody that's lost someone to gun violence, or because our country's too foolish to put in place gun laws that are effective and that change, the likelihood of these events happening. But something that I actually thought about is the fact, again, the Mandalay Bay is somewhere that many fighting game players, we frequent that area often because of our job. The biggest fighting game tournament of the year is always in Vegas, always. But this could have happened at any given point. This could have happened if it was Evo. What's to stop it, right? I believe at a Pokemon event, maybe a couple years ago, there were these guys that threatened to shoot up the Pokemon event. Pokemon, literally a children's game. Well, not literally a children's game, but you know what I mean, the target audience. They had a car full of weapons. They spoke about this online, and thankfully they did that because it got foiled before they even got the chance to get to the convention, to quite possibly, who knows how much damage they would have done. But the fact that they were able to get that many weapons is beyond me. You know, needing a license to get a weapon. Do you really need a license? If that's the case, why is it so damn easy to get a gun in this country? Why is there nothing being done to change that? And I know this video probably isn't going to amount to anything. Nobody important enough will see this video to make a change. Okay, but I still want to talk about it because maybe if you guys hear it, maybe by luck, someone that can make a difference hears it. Maybe it'll be a wake-up call. And I actually want to make this a wake-up call to the esports community in general. As we grow and our brands grow and more money goes into the industry, we are becoming more targets, not only to hackers, but to people that might want to do something bad one day. You already see that Pokemon could have had a catastrophe. What's to stop someone from going to, let's say, a Smash tournament? Most of our majors don't have security or the necessary security needed to prevent something of this manner of happening. I've spoken about this in an interview before. I've spoken about this on one of the CLG podcasts. I believe I did at least. If not, then I spoke about it off camera. But what's to stop it, right? We frequent 2GGs, we frequent all these places, but what's to stop someone, and whatever their motive is, maybe they don't like a player. You can call me paranoid, yo, NAKAT, you're thinking too much, but this is the type of thinking that needs to be done in order for something to happen or for someone to wake up and realize, wait, he's right. Maybe this could happen. What's to stop them from coming and, I don't even want to say it, but having a gun and doing something terrible? Nothing. Nothing. And as we grow and get larger and larger and more eyes are on us, the chances of that become larger. Sadly, it just is terrible. And I don't want the esports community to have to learn the hard way for us to finally implement better security at our events. I could say that this country has had to learn the hard way, but nothing is being done to prevent it from happening again, and that's terrible. And, you know, hashtag pray for Vegas. I am truly, truly sorry if you had a friend, loved one, or just, I'm sorry in general that anyone had to die because of some madman. But what are we going to do to prevent this from reoccurring in the future? What do we do? I go on Twitter and I actually see people arguing that we should still keep guns around. Yeah, man, I don't want to repeat the arguments because it's terrible. In wake of a moment like this, I actually got to see how frightening it is the way certain people think. But if you ask me, we need to ban the hell out of guns. Simple as that. American history has shown pretty much that you guys, you see everything that's happened, guys. I'm done with this video. I feel disgusted. It's terrible. Pray for Vegas, guys. If you can donate blood to those who are still fighting the battle to save, you know, to keep their lives because they're so critically injured, donate blood. Help out in any way you can. Literally any way you can. Thanks for watching.